Me 24, corporate wagey junior marketing analyst at a mid-sized firm in Chicago job, is basically staring at spreadsheets and pretending to understand SEO pay is decent. Enough to afford an apartment that doesn't smell like soup life is painfully average video games. Gym, occasional beer with the boys, zero luck with women, lately dry spell longer than the biblical drought, enter the boss Mr. Thorne Sixfer. Built like a brick shithouse, bald. Voiced like a diesel engine guy is terrifying legend has it he once fired a guy for wearing brown shoes with a black belt. He walks through the office. And the temperature drops 10 degrees, everyone stops typing and pretends to be on important calls. I am invisible to him, just another ant in the colony. That is exactly how I like it. Stay low. Get paid, go home. Fast forward to last Friday, company's annual spring gala, fancy way of saying mandatory fun event where we spend the budget surplus. So we get it again next year, open bar, rented ballroom. Everyone in suits. I hate these things. Social anxiety kicks in standing in the corner holding a warm beer. Because the line for mixed drinks is too long. Watching my coworkers embarrass themselves. Jim from accounting is already trying to breakdance. It's 8:30 p.m. Decide to hit the actual bar for something stronger, whiskey sour. Double bartender looks at me like I'm a soldier going to war. Rough night. You have no idea. Turn around to survey the room, see her standing near the chocolate fountain, looking equally miserable. Solid 9/10 brunette. Shoulder-length hair, red dress that hugs curves in ways that should be illegal. She's not wearing a badge. Assume she's a +1 or a vendor. She catches me staring. Panic. JPG usually. I'd look away and pretend to text my mom. Liquid courage kicks and she smiles. Actually smiles. Walk over. Risky place to stand, I say, pointing at the chocolate fountain. One splash in that dress is a distinct shade of disaster. She laughs. Voice is smooth, kinda raspy. I like living on the edge. I'm Lena. Anon. Junior spreadsheet warrior. She snorts. Sounds thrilling. I'm just here because I lost a bet with life. We start talking. Banter is surprisingly easy. She's funny, cynical, hates corporate jargon. We spend the next hour roasting the upper management. Standing in the VIP circle, point out Mr. Thorne across the room. He's holding a scotch glass like he's trying to crush it. See that guy? I ask. Mr. Thorne, scariest human alive. Pretty sure he eats interns for protein. Lena looks at him, then back at me. Weird smirk on her face. He looks intense. Intense. The man is a shark in a suit. Avoid at all costs. She laughs harder than expected. Drinks keep flowing. We move from work sucks to actual conversation. Music, travel, how much we both hate the ending of Game of Thrones. Chemistry is palpable. Static electricity in the air. She touches my arm when she laughs. Brainiac C has stopped working. Is this happening? Am I being pranked? Look around for hidden cameras. No cameras, just Jim from accounting vomiting in a potted plant around 11 p.m. This party is dead, she says. Want to get out of here? Heart hammering against my ribs. Yes. Absolutely yes. We leave. Cool Chicago air hits us. She calls an Uber. Your place or mine? She asks. My apartment is currently a shrine to empty pizza boxes and laundry. Yours, I suggest, hoping she doesn't live in a dungeon. Mine's closer. Downtown. She must have money. Get in the Uber. Heavy making out in the backseat. Driver looks in the rearview mirror, gives me a thumbs up. What a bro. Arrive at her building. Fancy high-rise doorman nods at her. Evening, Miss Lena. Elevator up to the penthouse floor. Okay, she definitely has money. Maybe she's a consultant. Or a crypto scammer. Don't care. Apartment is insane. Floor-to-ceiling windows. View of the skyline. Minimalist furniture looks like a movie set. We don't waste time looking at the decor. Clothes trail from the door to the bedroom. Fade to black. Best night of my life, honestly. 10/10 performance felt like a king. Morning comes. Sunlight hitting my face. Headache is mild. Dehydration is real. Roll over. She's still asleep. Looks angelic. Check phone. 9 a.m. Saturday. Thank God. Need to pee. Get up quietly. Find the bathroom. Bathroom is bigger than my kitchen. Marble everything. Washing hands. Look in the mirror. You did it, Anon. You actually pulled. Feeling like a champion. Walk back out to the living room to find my shirt. Notice a framed photo on the mantle. Curiosity kills the cat. Pick it up. It's a family photo. Standard stuff. Mom, dad, daughter at a graduation. Look closer at the dad. Bald head, broad shoulders, piercing eyes that stare into your soul even from glossy photo paper. Drop the frame. Catch it just before it hits the floor. Heart stops beating. Lungs collapse. It's Mr. Thorne. It is literally my boss. Look at the daughter in the graduation gown. It's Lena, but the diploma says Elena Thorne. Panic attack. Imminent vision. Blurring eye. Just slept with the boss's daughter, the shark in a suit. The man who fires people for breathing too loud. And I spent an hour last night telling her how much of a tyrant he is. Look at the bedroom door, she's stirring. Flight or fight, kicked in, chose flight, grabbed my pants. Shoes in hand, shirt unbuttoned, ran out of the apartment, didn't wait for the elevator, took the stairs, 24 flights of stairs, sprinted through the lobby, past the confused doorman, hit the sidewalk, and kept running until I found a taxi. Drive. Just drive, get home, lock the door, sit in the shower for 2 hours, contemplate faking my own death, moving to Mexico, starting a goat farm, check my phone, no texts. Maybe she didn't realize I left. Maybe she doesn't know who I am. Wait, I told her my name. Anon, junior spreadsheet warrior. How many Anons are in the marketing department? Just one, me. I am a dead man walking. Spend the rest of the weekend in a state of catatonic dread. Sunday night is pure torture, staring at the ceiling every car that drives by. I think it's a hit squad. Monday morning, arrives, alarm goes off, sounds like a funeral bell, put on my suit, feels like a shroud, commute to work, sweating profusely on the train. Get to the office, badge and security guard says, "Good morning." I flinch like he threw a grenade, walk to my cubicle, keep head down, open Excel, don't look at numbers. Just stare at the grid. 10 email notifications, sound jump 3 feet in the air. It's just HR reminding us about open enrollment. Calm down, maybe she didn't tell him. Maybe it was just a fling for her. Why would she mention a random hookup to her terrifying father? Hey dad, remember that guy Anon? Yeah, we banged. No, reasonable people don't do that. I'm safe. I just need to avoid the executive floor for the rest of my life. 11:30 a.m. department meeting, manager says, "Great news everyone, we have a new strategy consultant joining us to help streamline operations. She's Mr. Thorne's daughter, but she wants to be treated like anyone else." Blood runs, cold ice in my veins. Door opens, in walks Lena, wearing a sharp business suit, hair tied back, looks professional. Lethal. Manager continues, "Everyone, this is Alina." She scans the room, eyes lock on me. She pauses, smirk appears for 0.01 seconds. "Nice to meet you all. Looking forward to working closely with everyone." She emphasizes closely. I am going to vomit on my keyboard. Meeting ends. I try to blend into the drywall, rush back to my desk, hide behind dual monitors. Teams message pops up, user Alina Thorne, you left in a hurry on Saturday. Oh God, fingers trembling, type back, had a family emergency. Sorry. Reply comes instantly. Did the emergency involve realizing who my dad is? She knows. I'm toasted. Reply. Maybe. Her reply, relax, he doesn't know yet. Yet, what does that mean? She's playing with her food. Day 2, Tuesday, walking to the break room to get coffee, cornered. Mr. Thorne is there, pouring coffee, black, no sugar, probably boiled with the tears of orphans. I freeze. He turns around. Good morning. Voice rumbles in his chest. Gee, good morning, Mr. Thorne. He squints at me. Have we met? You look familiar. Panic spikes to 11. I'm Anon, marketing. Anon, right, I saw you at the gala. You were the one drinking the whiskey sours. He noticed. Yes, sir. Good taste. The wine was piss. He takes a sip, stares at me. My daughter mentioned she met someone from marketing, said he was insightful, sweat trickling down my back. Oh, that's nice of her. She's hard to impress. Keep up the good work. He walks away. I almost collapse onto the linoleum. Insightful. She told him I was insightful, not good in bed, not ran away like a coward. Insightful. What is her game? Day 3. Wednesday, Alina comes to my desk, sits on the edge of it. Hey, spreadsheet warrior. Surrounding coworkers look confused. Why is the boss's daughter flirting with the guy who eats tuna sandwiches alone? Miss Thorne, hi. Call me Lena. We're past last names, aren't we? Whispering aggressively. Please don't do this here. She laughs. My dad wants you to join the strategy meeting this afternoon. Me? Why? I'm a junior. I told him you have fresh ideas. Don't let me down. She winks and walks away. I have zero fresh ideas. My only idea is how to crawl into a ventilation shaft and live there. The meeting conference room, a huge mahogany table, Mr. Thorne at the head, VP of sales, VP of marketing, Alina. And me, I look like a toddler in a suit next to these people. Thorne is yelling about Q3 projections. Numbers are soft. Soft, we need aggression. Turns to me, Anon. Alina says you have a take on the demographic shift. Let's hear it. Room goes silent. Alina is watching me, twirling a pen. Mind goes blank. Think back to our drunk conversation at the bar. I was ranting about how Gen Z hates authentic advertising. Mouth opens. Autopilot engages. Well, sir. The current campaign is too polished. It feels corporate. The data shows that the target demo responds to, raw, unfiltered content. We need to stop selling the product and start selling the vibe. I sound like an idiot. VP of sales rolls his eyes. Thorne stares at me. Silence stretches for 10 years. Thorne slams his hand on the table. Exactly. The vibe, that's what I've been saying. Stop selling features, sell the feeling. He points a finger at me. This kid gets it. Why don't the rest of you get it? Alina smiles. I survive, but now I'm on the radar. Being on the radar is dangerous. Day 4. Thursday, Thorn calls me into his office. Secretary says he's waiting for you. Walk in. Alina is there too. Thorn is holding a golf club, practicing his swing on the carpet. Anon, sit down. I sit. I like you, kid. You got guts. Most people in this building are terrified of me. I can't imagine why, sir. He chuckles. Alina tells me you two hit it off at the party. Stomach drops. Look at Alina. Face is unreadable. We spoke briefly. About work. Thorn stops swinging, leans against the desk. I'm old school. Anon. I don't like office romances. Creates liability. Messy. Here it comes the firing squad, but, he continues, Alina is stubborn. She says you're not an idiot, which is rare. He looks me dead in the eye. I'm inviting you to dinner. Saturday night, my house. Dinner? Yes, my wife wants to meet the new talent. 7 p.m. Don't be late. And wear a better tie. Dismissed. Walk out in a daze. Alina follows me into the hall. Dinner at the boss's house. I whisper, scream. Are you insane? She shrugs. He likes you. Just roll with it. He's going to kill me and bury me in his rose garden. Only if you break my heart, she says, deadpan. Then she laughs and walks off. I am trapped in a nightmare of my own making. Day 5. Friday, production productivity is 0. Spent the whole day Googling how to survive dinner with wealthy psychopaths and table etiquette for people who eat ramen. Coworkers are noticing. Dude, why is the boss's daughter always at your desk? I don't know, Jim. Maybe because God hates me. The dinner, Saturday, pull up to the house. It's a mansion in the suburbs, gated driveway. My 2014 Honda Civic looks like a stain on the pavement. Ring the doorbell. Maid opens it. Mr. Anon. They are in the drawing room. Drawing room? Who has a drawing room? Walk in. Thorn is wearing a smoking jacket. Alina is wearing a black dress that makes me forget my own name again. Mrs. Thorn is a sweet lady who looks like she bakes cookies and ignores hitman contracts. So nice to meet you, Anon. She beams. Dinner is served. Steak. Rare. Conversation is an interrogation. Where did you go to school? What are your 5-year plans? Do you have a history of heart disease in your family? I answer everything as best I can. Thorn is watching me cut my meat. You have steady hands, he notes. Thanks. Video games. HMPH. Dessert is served. Thorn pours brandy. Anon, come to the study. Let's talk. Leave the women. Enter the study. Walls lined with books and probably the heads of his enemies. He closes the door. Sit. I sit. He stands by the fireplace. I know. Freeze, sir. I know you went home with her. World stops spinning. This is it, Mr. Thorn. I swear I didn't know who she was. He holds up a hand. Shut up. Mouth snaps shut. I have security cameras in the lobby of her building. I own the building. Of course he does. I saw you running out on Saturday morning looking like you'd seen a ghost. Figured it out pretty quick. He takes a sip of brandy. Here is the situation. Alina has dated a lot of losers. DJs, influencers, guys with neck tattoos. He shudders. You're boring. Ouch, you have a job, you show up on time, you're afraid of me. Terrified, sir. Good, fear keeps people honest. He walks over and looms over me. I'm not going to fire you. In fact, I'm giving you a raise. What? Because if you're dating my daughter, you need to afford better suits. You represent the family now. Dating, unless you plan on breaking it off. In which case, we have a problem. He crushes the unlit cigar in his hand. No, sir, no breaking off. Dating, yes, very dating. Good. He claps a hand on my shoulder, heavy as an anvil. She likes you. Don't ask me why. But if you hurt her or if you embarrass this company, leans in close, I will make sure you never work in this hemisphere again. Understand? Crystal clear, sir. Great, now let's go finish this brandy. And on Monday, you're presenting the Q4 strategy. I am, you are. Don't fuck it up. We walk back to the dining room. Alina looks at me. Raises an eyebrow. I nod slightly. She smiles. Mrs. Thorn offers me pie. Eat the pie. Taste like ash and adrenaline. Leave the house. 2 hours later, sit in my car, scream into the steering wheel for 5 minutes straight. Present day. It's been 2 months. I got the promotion. I got the raise. I am currently hiding in the server room to type this. Alina and I are officially dating. It's actually going well. She's crazy. But fun, but every time I go to Sunday dinner, Thorn watches me cleaning his steak knife, waiting. I am the luckiest and unluckiest man. Alive, wage, cuck ascended to corporate prince, sword of Damocles, hanging over my head by a thread. Worth it. Probably, but if I stop posting, you know what happened. Mr. Stone sends his regards. End of line.